This is Matty Trumpet Mix and MasterMySong.com. I have more and more clients who've been using GarageBand to record their songs. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's actually a great program. It's got a lot of stuff. You can make beats really quick and you can record vocals, and it's a good program. But what I found is sometimes, people don't know how to get it out of there because you eventually, to mix, you want to use something like Pro Tools or Logic Pro where you got a lot more plugins and it's a little more professional with a lot of different editing stuff you can do. So you want to get it out of here into Pro Tools, and that becomes an issue sometimes because people don't know how to do it. And it's really simple. It's pretty much the same way as just bouncing down a track or exporting a track to your iTunes, except you got to do it, or how many tracks you have, you got to do it every time. This is the best way I've found to do it. And so what I'll do is I'll just go through it really quick. Right here, we'll just play it really quick. It's just this little loop. I took some loops and made it just for the example, but you can hear it really quick. So you get the idea. It's just a loop from loops. So what you're going to do is, to get it out of here, we want to just separate each track. So what that's going to do is we're going to mute all our tracks except one. So now we got... we get just this, bass track. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go to Share and go to Export Song to Disk, right? And so what that's going to do is going to bring this up, and usually you just bounce it down. So just to make things organized, let's put this to our desktop and then push that so we can really see what's going on here. Go to desktop. We're going to make a new folder, and we're going to call it, My Song Tracked Out. And so that way all these different files will go into this folder. And the main thing when you're doing this is you want all the sounds and vocals or whatever it is to start right on the one, so that when the engineer brings it into Pro Tools, they all start at the same time. There's no, the vocals start at bar 15 and it's all off when you import it into another program. So you want to make sure they're all the same length. So right here we're lucky that they already are. What you'll probably want to do is export cycled area only, and just see how we have this cycled. Export cycled areas only, or length of selected region. So just select however long your song is. Obviously it'll probably be longer than 4 bars, but just select from 1 to wherever it ends, and then that way each bounce will be the same length from beginning to end. So we have this called My Song Tracked Out, and what we'll do is we'll name it, we're going to name it whatever it is, synth bass. What we'll do is, just for this one, we'll just do 1. The other thing too that's very important is switch this to AIFF. MP3 quality is fine at the end, but AIFF sounds way better. And the same with AAC. It's a good quality, but for recording and mixing and mastering, you really want AIFF or WAV files. So it's at least 16-bit uncompressed. Because MP3 compresses the audio and makes the sound. You lose frequencies that you might not hear, but over many times, if they're all MP3 files and then they're mixed to an MP3 file, the sound really does start to degrade. So you want to keep the highest quality sound as long as you can, and so make sure they're AIFF files. So what we'll do is we'll just hit export and let it do its thing really quick. All right, that was easy. So now we're going to go to this. We're going to unmute this one, and then mute that one, excuse me, and then unmute, which is our AirVox synth. So that one's set. So now we'll just do the same thing. Go to Share, Export Song to Disk, and you can see our synth bass is in there now. And so we're going to do this Air Synth, or AirVox, whatever you want to call it. And then make sure we're uncompressed audio, export cycled area only, AIFF, all that is good. We're in the same folder, My Song Tracked Out. Boom. AirVox is named, and export. And so now those are in there. So now we'll unmute this one. Mute this one, unmute this one. This is our beat. And we'll do the same thing. Export song to disk. My Song Tracked Out. And then, call this drums. AFF, uncompressed, it'll all stay the same. Export. So there you are. Now you have all your tracks ready to go and send to, you know, hopefully us at mixandmastermysong.com. And you'll find it. You go to your desktop. We just closed out of GarageBand. And here it is. My song's tracked out. We open it up. And there we go. We have all our separate sounds. And, you know, this would probably be a lot more with all your vocals and whatever else you're using. But that's all set to go. And then the next thing you need to do is just click it and hit Control, click, and compress my song tracked out. Boom. And now it's a zip file. And you can send it with WeTransfer.com or, you know, Dropbox, whatever you like to use for file transfers and sending and so forth. So I hope that's helpful on how to get your songs out of GarageBand and into Pro Tools or Logic, whatever you're looking for. If you got any more questions, feel free to hit me up at mixandmastermysong.com. Email is info@mixandmastermysong.com. And I hope to hear from you guys soon.